Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to Worth Guitars. It's good to talk to you again. Excuse me, man, it is hot outside here in Virginia. Whew, it's ridiculously hot. I mean, you just stand out there for a few minutes, especially if you're in direct sunlight, and you can feel your skin starting to melt off. It's hot. So today, remember the last video we did Go Bar deck. Okay, got all the Go Bar fiberglass rods, and we got the deck. I went ahead and put the 15-foot radius dish, this right here, that has sandpaper in it. What I'm going to do, instead of gluing directly down onto the sandpaper and possibly denting the back of this piece, is I put this pad inside there. And that'll only throw off the radius by 1/4 of an inch. And who's going to know the difference? Because if I sand it all the same, it'll all be the same. 1/4 inch off a 15-foot radius is such a teeny tiny amount that you won't even be able to know that it's there unless you measure it with some super scientific, super precise stuff. I don't even know, and I don't want to know about it. It's too precise. Okay, so I'm going to glue the center strip in here. The center strip being the strip that goes down the center of the inside, and the bracing has a little notch that goes over top. There'll be a brace here, a brace here, a brace there. And then the bottom, or the back, is good to go. Notice I did not put a decorative lamination on the back. I thought this back was very pretty and didn't need anything else in there, so I left it plain. And this guitar is a, you know, get our systems up running good and see how they work kind of thing. But we still want to make it a nice guitar. So today we're going to glue in that back brace. We're going to use this. And what I'm going to do, because the grain is going to be running in the opposite direction of the grain of the back, it'll be running horizontally instead of vertically, so to speak. I'm going to use this piece of the top, the piece of spruce that we cut the top out of, because it's the perfect thickness. And I'm just going to make some cuts across the grain on the table saw, and we'll use those and we'll glue them down the center of this back right here using the Go Bar deck. That's what we're going to do today. Okay, so let me get up and get started on that, and we'll get it going. All right, hold on. Okay, so what I just did was cut these pieces with the grain running across the grain, not horizontally, I mean not vertically, duh, but horizontally. You see what I'm talking about? So when I laminate these on the back here, it's going to be laminating grain going in the opposite direction of the grain in the back. And the theory being that that will really reinforce that back joint. And this is so small that the difference in movement and dimensional stability isn't enough to worry about. Because if you were to glue something large across something with the grains in opposite directions like that, you may have a dimensional stability problem, meaning one piece is moving this way and the other piece is moving this way, and there's no telling what's going to happen there. Sometimes that fails, the glue joint fails. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Let me get you closer. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, we got the top in here. As you can see, I push down on it. It has to fit in this dish. Got a 15-foot radius dish inside here. I just left the sandpaper on it because I don't want to peel it off because, you know, it'll get dirty. So I'm just going to put this pad on top of that. And then I can push against it, and that heavy-duty sandpaper isn't going to scratch or dent the other surface here, just back. We don't want that to happen. So we're just going to lay this in there, in the center of it, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pieces and cut them so that we can laminate them in there like this, using the Go Bar deck. And we'll just piece these together, because I don't have a piece obviously that long. But that's okay, because we'll piece these together and glue them and we'll get a really nice reinforced back strip down through there. That's the first thing we're gonna do on the Go deck, and we're gonna do that today. Let me get these pieces cut and we'll get it going. Ready? Here we go. Okay, I got these pieces cut so that I have 3 pieces I can glue in here in a nice straight line, and that'll be our center lamination support brace. And we'll save these little pieces here because these little pieces are like gold for making little tiny little diamond shaped glue joint reinforcements inside other guitars. We won't ever throw anything away. Keep everything that you can use, and it'll come in handy somewhere. Of course, we'll start to stack up and take the whole place over, but you gotta use it. All right, so let me get set up for this and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, so next up, what we wanna do is we wanna lay out down this center line where we're gonna glue these pieces in so we can keep them in a straight line. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some masking tape to make kind of like a bridge to get against, and also a very visual, this is where we need to go, because it's hard to see pencil lines on this thing. We'll put this tape in a nice straight line across here on either side of this lamination. That'll do 2 things. It'll keep us in the right place, and it'll keep us from getting messy, and we can clean up our glue real easy. I'm gonna be using this center finder rule to find the center. If you don't have one of these, you should invest in this because it really comes in handy for laying out things that are equal amounts on either side of a line, if you understand what I mean by that. So I'm gonna go with 5/8. I'm gonna find 5/16 on either side of that line. There and there. And get you closer. I'm going to do one in the middle here. 5/16, which is half of 5/8. And then do one down here. 5/16, 5/16. Now we're going to take our straight edge. What have I done with my straight edge? Okay, we're back. Hey, this is another one of those center finding rules. As you can see, I use these things a lot. These things are great. Woodcraft sells this one if you want one of these. Okay, so now I'm just gonna line this straight edge up on those little tick marks I just put there. I'm gonna draw a line across there on both sides of that. One here, and then one there. Okay, that's where our lamination goes, right there. So I'm just gonna take a piece of tape and I'm gonna stick it right down that line right there, very carefully. It's very difficult to see in here. That's part of the problem. It's very dark when you get into the shadows here. I probably should shine a flashlight on this, but I think I can see it enough to do this. A little bit more, and just touch it. Get it where you think it should be and touch it like that. And then go back and smooth it down. Okay, and that also helps hold everything in place and keeps things from slipping around and stuff. Right? Okay, let's do one more of those. Right straight down the center here. I'm only going to be able to do this in this situation here. The rest of the bracing is going to be a little different. I'm thinking about using just a touch of CA glue here and there on that, but we'll see. I just wanted to do this to help me stay in the center here. All right, and that should be just like that. That'll help me stay straight. Because I can feel the brace right up against the tape. And it fits right down in there between those two. That's perfect. Now I got one here that stops here, one here, like that, and one here, like that. Actually, this one goes this way. Okay. And we'll use our new tow bar deck to glue these in. I'm going to sand these edges a little bit first. Okay, so we'll get them cleaned up. So we have nice clean edges here. We'll do a little more of this after everything's put together. Break the edges a little. Just like that. Okay. Let's put a little glue on it and get started. Let's make sure our go bar deck rods will work first. I believe they will. We maybe need to make an adjustment. I think that's good. I'm going to back you up so you can see that. Okay, you see what we got going on here? I think that might be a little too tight. I'm gonna raise this deck up a little and we'll go from there. Because we can, we're gonna raise it up. I'm gonna loosen those up, push this up. Not gonna be as easy as it looks. Raising the go deck up a little bit because it's a little tight. We just loosen those and push it up. Just like that. We got some tape on here to tell us where we're at. Just like that. Just that there. Some more adjustments. So that's our tape. Let us know where we started at. Okay, now that looks like that's going to be pretty good right there. Because all we want it to do is push down on it. We don't want to really try and kill the thing, you know? Okay, I think it needs to be just a touch tighter right there in the center area. That's right. Right there. There's a little more. That's got a little more tension on it now. Perfect. That's good. All right. And we just keep going. We got this piece glued down. It's looking good. Let's do this one. We gotta go quick. This glue dries fast. Especially in this kind of heat. Put a little glue right there too. Like that. Just like that. Just like that. Yep, that's working good. Working great. All right, one more piece. That one wants to go weird. Okay? I think we're going to put one more right here because why not? And there. Okay, you see what we got, guys? Guys being used in a general term. If there are girls out there watching, you know what I mean. I'm not trying to dish you. Girls, boys, whatever there may be, everyone is welcome. All right. And we'll just take our handy little ruler, scrape that excess glue off. Okay. Let me get a paper towel, a little bit of water on it. I'm gonna clean that joint there. So we don't want to be messy. And we don't want to leave a glue stain. Let's see, these aren't very tight right here. It's just enough to hold it down. That one right there actually needs to be just a tad tighter. So what I'm going to do is take this little strip here and hold it in there. Now I'll give that a little more tension. Try not to put too much tension on it because I don't want to dent it. I just want to hold it in place. All right, now I can take this off. Like that. Take this off. I've got a nice clean lamination there. Grain running this way on the back, grain running this way on the brace. So we have a nice cross grain laminations to hold that back lamination center joint together. Okay? Can you dig it? All right, now our next braces will notch over top of these. We're working on getting those done. In the meantime, let's talk about what else we got going on. Okay, so let's talk about what else we got going on because we got a few minutes. So it's kind of a quick video. So far, so good, right? What I did was I cut patterns for my bracing. So I'm going to go ahead and rough cut all my bracing so I don't have to chisel all that. And I'll just chisel what I need to chisel, okay? All right, and we got our nice Sitka spruce quarter sawn, all the grain running in this direction for our braces. Very clean quarter sawn Sitka spruce. We've got all that milled up. And so now we have our bracing ready to go. We'll start getting the bracing in using the Godet, which worked great. So we're going, we're rolling now. We have a Godet, we have a bending machine, we have our neck joint machine, and our acoustic guitars are taking off. We'll start gluing up, bending some more sides and getting those in mold soon. But let me show you what we've been doing. In between, I kind of bounce from thing to thing because while one machine is doing something, I can do something else. So hold on, let me grab some stuff and I'll show you where we're at, okay? Hang on. Okay, so you remember a few months ago, I was talking to you about us getting systems in place where we can start reproducing parts much faster. Because one of our problems is we haven't been able to build guitars fast enough. And we have to ask our customers, our clients, our friends, our family to please be patient. We are getting to your guitar. We know it takes a really long time. And we thank you very, very much for waiting. It weighs on me, man, because I want to get them done. I want them to be in your hand. I want you to be playing Worth guitars. I want to see them out there, and more than that, I just really like to see people enjoying something that we put together. It's a great feelings. But anyway, that's all that mushy stuff. So the systems now have started getting kicked in. We finally got our systems down for our inline 22 necks. This will be our standard inline 22 neck. As you can see, this isn't fully refined because we'll do that by hand to make it, you know, we like to do it the way it feels right, not necessarily what the machine does. We will also finish that round over right there and take more off the back if we need to, if someone wants a little thinner neck. But this will be a nice feeling neck, man. I researched a lot of different guitars, and this is the shape that I feel like is a really good all around great feeling. You can do just about anything with this shape neck. And of course that is still kind of generic too, because we'll shape it to the back of whatever bolt-on inline 6 guitars we build, whether they have a S-style body or a Celine-style body or a T-style body, or what we're going to be calling our Surf Killa, which is kind of our Jazz Master kind of style. Anything with a bolt-on neck like this, that's 22 fret. you're gonna get this. So we got reverse headstock, and obviously we have more reverse headstock. I got a whole stack of them here. This is what we've been doing. So a lot of these necks are already bought. They already got guitars coming from them. See what we're doing? We're making parts. We're gonna get necks done. Now we're gonna start doing bodies. I'm gonna start doing some 3x3 necks. We're gonna start doing the bodies. We're gonna start kicking out bodies. And we're gonna start getting this thing rolling, man. We're gonna be building multiple guitars at a time. That's where we're headed on this. It's exciting. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of computer work. It's a lot of stress, but it's great to get it done. So just let me show you a couple. I think I probably already showed you some pictures of these. Pal Pharaoh. This is from my brother Jason Kale. Love you, Jason. Let's see. We got some bird's eye, laminated with walnut, reverse inline. Okay, this one is not bought. If you would dig to have that neck on a guitar, a T-style, or something like that, you let me know. And this is yours, okay? We'll put it on your guitar. Okay, very nice, clean maple quarter sawn. Beautiful. I mean, it doesn't get any cleaner than that. It's a perfect piece of wood. This is literally one of the nicest pieces of maple I've seen in my lifetime. I kid you not. It's very difficult to get super clean quarter sawn material. All right, so here's another bird's eye, reverse line. No lamination. Look at the pretty bird's eye on this. That's a pretty piece of wood. I've had this piece of wood for 10 years. I saw this piece of wood in a stack of maple, and I said, that should be in a guitar 10 years ago. And we finally got around to milling it into a guitar neck. How about that? Okay, we have some utility, a type of mahogany, which is also cool. Very lightweight. And last but not least, let me show you this. You know, sometimes I show you some of the things that don't go well. And so this is one of those things. This is for our friend and our brother, PJ, Tailgate Down, his guitar. Flame maple, beautiful flame, laminated walnut. Very, very nice neck, very strong, very sturdy neck. Gonna be very pretty when it's done. This is the first one I did for that. Glued it together. Can you see anything wrong with this? Look. Oh, wait. You see anything wrong with this? Look where the laminations are on that one. Whoops. Didn't catch that before the CNC cut it. It's still a cool neck though. It just doesn't have the laminations in the center. Still a perfectly functional neck. I'm gonna put it on something, probably for something for me, you know. Look at that. Oh, all right, that's all right. I made another one. PJ got an upgrade because he got flame maple instead. Okay, so that's all. It all worked out. The guitar gods were not satisfied. So that's where we're at. Okay, next comes bodies. We're gonna start doing 2, 3 bodies at a time on the CNC, knocking out the bodies, doing the rough cuts so that we can take them and refine them, put our hands on them, make them into beautiful instruments. I'm gonna stop talking now because we're running long. That was 5 minutes just in that. Whew. Okay. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. There's a button right down here on the screen. All you gotta do is just reach out and bam, smack it and you're in. You're subscribed. You become part of the culture of YouTube, which is an amazing thing. YouTube has so much to offer everyone in the world, something for every single person. So please become a part of it, all right? And let's see what else. Like and subscribe, okay? And get out and support your local musicians. Go see those guys out there because they would love to see you, all right? Peace. Be good to each other. Rock and roll. Rock on. Worth guitars. We'll see you out there somewhere, all right? Bye now.